Hello, and welcome back to the 2-Bit Game Club. This is the 4th episode of our ActRaiser Let's Play video series, and I'm your host, Liam Gallagher. So, what is 2-Bit Game Club? Really briefly, we're like a book club, but for games. We pick a video game, and then we play through it together, and then share our thoughts and comments, and then once a month we hold a podcast, which is published on the 1st of every month. This is our first game that we're looking at, and it is called ActRaiser. It combines simulation and platforming as you play as the master, or in the Japanese game, you play as God. Your people have lost faith in you, and monsters rule the world, and you need to restore that faith. So, I encourage you to check up on the last 3 episodes if you haven't seen them. But just as a really quick update, we're here at the place Bloodpool. We've just beaten the werewolf wizard guy in the castle that blew up and disappeared. And now all the people of the town of Bloodpool want to talk about the U.S. cavalry turn of the century. Which I guess is supposed to represent that they're mad. Now last game, I was having a hard time figuring out what was happening. And that continues. So they're pissed, and I have to find some way to make them happy. And it turns out that raining on them is not going to do it. I think that we might take this as an opportunity. There's something to tell me. Okay. Oh, wow. The recent rainfall has caused the lake to rise. It's revealed a jewel. Wait. The rising water? Anyhow. Okay. So sometimes pressing buttons randomly does help. Oh man, some wheat. Yeah, let's take it. Source of life. We have the following to offer you this year. Sir Biddy. We have been given an extra life for fighting monsters. Okay. Alright. I don't know what that means. Maybe it means I go into each level with an extra life. Let's hope. Okay, so this is Ringalo, our angel. I can't think of anything that's working here, so we're gonna go for a walk. I really feel like we should be able to visit some of these places. Like there should be... The game keeps on telling me that these lands are uninhabited. But I feel like that's gotta be what's happening next. Sometimes these things aren't super clear in these types of games. They expect you to explore, and I am willing to. Yeah, see, no one lives there. This deserty area seems to be close to Bloodpool. Yeah, but there's no one living here. Sweet Sky Palace. Do I have to fight monsters? Yes. This is something to do. We're making progress. So hopefully if we destroy some monsters, maybe the people of this place will come back. I don't know. But we're making progress, and we're all about making progress here. So, Kasandora, Act 1. Alright. We're trapped. Ha! 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 Okay, we've got a goblin on this articulated skeleton of some big beast. I don't know. Yeah, okay, the does do hurt. Yeah, so... Note to God, do not step on cactuses. What is even happening? Ah! Oh no, it's getting worse. It's so much worse. I know, like, oh no! Why did I create such a landscape as this? It's just like, if you're gonna be a god, maybe one of the things you want to do is not make horrible realms filled with awful creatures, so that when things go wrong, you don't have to go... What is happening? You don't have to go down there and clean them up. I don't know if any of you guys are going to be the god of the universe anytime soon, but just a little pro tip from 2-Bit Game Club is go easy on the horrific monsters that you one day will have to defeat with your hands. So yeah, I guess the Source of Life did give us an extra life. Hopefully it's increased our life cap and not just given us one life once. Yeah, again, like, it's just as dangerous to have an evil blue monster hurl a spear at you as it is to touch a cactus. So maybe like cactus power creep. Oh man, I'm so bad at video games. That's like a living evil cactus. Like, oh, some very creative enemy design. What's even down here? Oh, cactus. Death by cactus. Alright, I'm gonna make sure to hit the mic a few more times during this recording. Okay, we have 200 sections. We have 200 sections of a minute divided by the rate of a second in order to accomplish the feat of not being murdered by an animate cactus. Hopefully I can do it. So it seems like if you jump while not actually moving forward, you retain your air control. And the momentum looks to be just about the same. Interesting. I'm sure there's some speed-runny thing that makes that technique useful. Someone's figured it out. Okay, horrible fire monster. 2 blue dudes. Oh, statue. We like that. Hopefully health. Yes! Thank you, my master. This looks like boss zone-y. No, it's... Although these things might as well be a boss. The number of lives they've peeled off of me. So far, no pits to die in. I find it sometimes funny in these games where they just like keep common platforming elements. So like even though maybe that's one there, where even though it's a desert, there's still somehow like there's giant pits in this desert. How did that happen? It's cool. I dig it. Oh wow! I thought that guy was gonna throw a sphere. He did the whoa. Half scorpion, half bug, half man. He's like 1.5 people. Okay, come on, scorpion, bug man. Ha! We got him. Their downfall is that they have eyes that glow violently. It really gives them away. It's like cigarette cherry. You can see them out smoking out front. Oh man, we've got 4 Stardusts. So I've not used that spell before, but hopefully it's a good one. Certainly the fireball magic saved our bacon when it cooked the werewolf wizard. Oh man, health points. Let's do it. Leap of faith. Successful. Let's see if I missed anything fun though. No, we're good. Ha! 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 I like these slippy dunes. They're fun. They're a nice little platforming element. Got our health back. That one was generous. Okay, here's the boss. So, oh no, don't do it. Don't do it. Oh no. Okay, so it's sort of like an antlion. Wow. That magic is good. A+ with Stardust again. Oh man. I can't believe I didn't know I had that spell. That was the easy button. For those following along at home, the easy button is A. You just press that twice, and then you beat the boss. And then you get 12,000 points. Oh man. We killed that antlion and left the monument on top. All right, here we are. Kasandora. Kasandora. Kasandora may become a land where people can live in peace. All right, my master. Let's work towards that peace. You got it, Ringolo. Sir Biddy. I know it's unexpected. Oh no. I had an inkling. All right. Desert Town. Got it. Send rain. Well, I can do that. You want to wash all the sand away? Okay, so this is the simulation segment. We didn't have one of these last time because I accidentally stockpiled a bunch of the action. Hey, look. There's an island in the world that's shaped like that bird. It's foreshadowing. So we've got it coming to us now. So there's only 2 people who live here now. So Mr. and Mrs. Kasandora have got to get busy. So I'm thinking first plan of action is we got to build the city towards this monster lair to get rid of it. So let's go be miraculous. Excuse me, I've got hiccups. Hiccups are great in radio. I guess this isn't radio because I got video too. But the podcast is. Guys, you know that we do a podcast. Somehow, if you've gotten this far into the 2-Bit Game Club and don't know that we do a podcast, you should know that there's a 2-Bit Gaming Club podcast, okay? It comes out at the first of every month, and it'll feature myself and my co-host, Brooke. Brooke Jensen is a game designer based out of Vancouver, Canada, and that's in British Columbia for those keeping score. And he's worked on really cool games like Luigi's Mansion Dark Moon and Metroid Prime Federation Force for next level games. He's just a smart guy. And additionally, he's made his own games, some that I've actually done the scoring for, and you can find those on the web at theliamgallagher.com/releases. He's got a bunch of his own websites and whatnot where he keeps that stuff, but I know for sure that that's where you'll forever be able to find the things that I worked on with him for BR Warner Studios. So the podcast is basically where we take our unique time with the game and our impressions of it, and we talk about how what we thought of it and how we felt about the game. So by the nature of the fact that I'm doing these, like I'm talking while I'm playing, you're getting a lot of my observations about the game on the fly as I experience it. But these aren't necessarily like my most articulated, reflective, considerations for the game. I'm just sort of yelling as things happen. Oh man, our level went up. And we got some more hitchpiz. Oh, by the way, 1,700 points, and we level up again. And people want to talk to me. Ventured into the vast desert and lost their way. Please lead us to them. Okay, I can do that. And by lead you into the desert, I'm sure you mean get rid of the desert entirely, because I can do that. Hooray! You're out of the desert! I assume by lead they mean build a village. Remember that time that you lost your puppy when you were 3 years old, and the only way you knew how to find them was to construct a civilization out of the desert with the deity's help to bring quenching rains to stifle the desert heat and the lashing windy sands? Yeah. But hey, if it's working for them, that's fine. Okay, so the Stealing a Monster's Lair. But yeah, so this is a podcast too. So that's on, you can check that out on iTunes. We'll also put some of the episodes up on SoundCloud. SoundCloud doesn't have a really large repository in terms of the amount of data you can throw up there. So we'll only have 1 or 2 episodes up there at any given time. But you'll be able to view our back catalog at theliamgallagher.com/2bitgameclub. So, after I've played through the game, had a little bit of time to think about how it went and my impressions of it and and all that kind of stuff. I'll have way more intelligent and insightful things to say about ActRaiser than I do here. There was probably a tooltip there that I should have read, but I was talking to you guys, so here we are. So I noticed that the building style here is identical to the other places, and there seems to only be one sprite for the inhabitants. They all look like little white dudes. It's fine. I mean, it could be a monoculture. This is a mythical world. You know, maybe they don't even view their economics and their socioeconomics in such a way that racism is even a thing. So we don't have to worry about it. I'm bringing my baggage into the game, guys. I'm ruining the immersion. Sir Biddy, I know it's unexpected. Oh, it's not. Man, these guys love to pull my ear. My master, thank you for leading us to them. Bad use of pronouns, but they're talking about the people in the desert. Sadly, life had already left the missing man when we arrived. We planned to bury him near the shrine. Sounds good. The missing man was found holding a strange scroll in his hand. My master, we present it to you as an offering. Well, thanks. That's great. Unexpected. Oh boy. Music cue change though. Good counter line there in the violins. Is this the B section? You got more emotion in the bass voices. Sounds like tubas. There you go. Diminished resolving down to dominant. And I think this sounds like the A again. Anyways, just some on-the-fly harmonic analysis. Okay, so let's go on with the game. I like the music in the game though, so it's worth not talking over from time to time. Okay. Oh. I'm sure those of you at home were able to read what I couldn't because I was listening too closely. As it says, my master. Kasandora is the birthplace of the marvelous art form music, which is why we're hearing the music. Very clever. I composed this music. Oh, you're quite good. For the man who lost his life. So it's a dirge. Music has mysterious powers. By listening, people can calm their hearts and soothe their pains. It's true. My master, we present you with the music as the year's offering. Well, that is a good invention. Oh man, they're all singing. They're all singing eighth notes. Bop, 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 bop. Okay, man, these people are just like jamming. Play them 2 5s. Okay, so let's take these offerings. Maybe we can give music to the people of We Hate Each Other Land in order to cheer them up. Harmonious music, so it's not atonal either. It would suck if the music that he created was like 21st century, like extended process classical art music that's like an electronic zoop and then a minute of silence and then just like some girl yelling. My alma mater is University of Toronto. I have a degree in music in jazz performance there as a bass player. Yeah, all about the mysterious power. So, I mean, like, I've participated in academic music before. I've made the beeps and bloops. You can go to my website, liamgallagher.com, to hear some of my stuff. So, there's a place for beeps and bloops and crazy sounds. And the avant-garde is good because it helps explore new ground for the common listener, but I just find it funny to imagine a society where all they listen to is extraordinarily esoteric, extended process classical compositions. Maybe I'll link to them in the show notes, so you can feel alienated by music. It's good stuff. Like, it's, you know, the people who are making that music, they're in on something. It's just music that's challenging. It's difficult, right? It's not for the same reasons that we often think about music. Can't you tell what the man was feeling when he wrote this music? Sir Biddy, this music will calm the people's hearts and help eliminate quarrels. Yeah, man. All the unexpected. Wow. Oh, you guys. I didn't see this coming. My master, Bloodpool, has extended its borders to the far reaches of the ocean. With the man's invention of a device known as a compass, our navigational abilities has improved tremendously. We present this compass to you as an offering. Please accept it. Okay, thanks. And let's take a look at this compass. It's called a compass. This great invention will always tell you the direction of your travels. This also enables people to navigate open seas for fishing. Love it. Thanks. You guys are just alright with me. I have too many offerings. I'm too greedy with my offerings. I've got to spread the love out a little more. Yay, the town's under construction again, because people do not hate each other anymore. So I wonder if I head up to the Sky Palace, when they're talking about the furthest reaches of the ocean, they're actually saying, like, this place. No. Turn a phrase. Sometimes with, like, these translations, it's hard to tell what is, like, a translation of deliberate language that sounds descriptive and descriptive language that sounds deliberate. I think maybe, you know, the farthest reaches of the ocean was just like a turn of phrase, and they're not literally saying that. Sometimes it's hard to tell. Alright, let's hit the ground. I think we need to give people wheat, because our cup runneth over with wheat. There you go, have wheat. I still think that's rice. It's interesting to think about, like, what even is the goal of music. It's one of those things that's just, I think, largely assumed in the culture, even though everybody has a different use for it. For me, one thing that's of great interest is like community music making that doesn't necessarily have a performance in mind or professional output. Like, no one's trying to make money. It's not industrial. There's no, like, you know, record companies or artifices. Just, you know, you making music in your garage with your buddies or with your family, or, you know, singing in church on the weekend, or, you know, going to a festival to participate in music making. You know, like something traditional. Say, a touchstone for me, just because of my heritage, would be like a ceilidh or a kitchen party, or you know, that kind of big outdoor community event where everyone just gets together and makes music. And so, like, in that framework, oh, our level went up. Yes, level line. A lot of things about, say, like, music making in games is interesting, right? Because, say, the music that you make in your Johnny Guitar Hero or your Todd Rock Band, yes, good job, everybody. They found something in the lair. Okay, I didn't read that. That was. Sorry, guys. Is different because you're participating in it. you're creating with people for each other. Whereas, say, like the music in this game is more of like an art piece. It's there to entertain you as you play through the game. It tells you a little bit about the world, like especially in this case where they've integrated the idea of civilization developing music as something that quells the hearts of men as being a civilizing factor that allows them to continue to prosper, right? You know, there's making a statement about the role of music in society that's a little bit more profound than just sort of like having tunes in the background. You know, I feel like with these kinds of things, in the end, the proof is in the pudding, right? It doesn't always... It's helpful to talk about them in order to, create a dialogue, and if you were, like, think out loud and try to explain to each other the understanding that we've reached. But I think it's really more of a test of when you play the game, when you participate in the music making, or however you want to describe it, that it's evident that that concept is there, right? You shouldn't have to read the plaque in order to know what the composer or the music makers were meaning, or failing that, to get something out of it. It's interesting stuff. I encourage everybody to do what they can to engage with music making and the music in the medium that they like, with as much sincerity as they can, because you never know what you'll learn if you really dig into it. It could be interesting for the show to do a little bit of transcribing for... Ooh, there's something to show us. We found a strange statue. Well, that's fun. I like statues. To do a transcription of some of the music from these games, just for the sake of analysis, just to try to dig a little deeper. For those of you who are not in on the music vocabulary, the angel's power is no more. Okay, so the angel bow that I was using, I think just pumps up the power of the angel's bow for a short period of time. Transcription is a process where you listen to a track and then you notate everything that's happening so that you can more easily analyze it on a sort of academic music level. And it tells you about the sorts of things that the composer did to make the music sound the way that it sounds, and that if you were to write a piece of music or to play a piece of music or improvise it, it would help give you the tools you need to reproduce those impacts. So one of the things that's nice about this this section of the game, the simulation, is that it's a little bit more rote. So I'm able to talk over it a little bit more cogently, rather than just stammer exclamations about the things that I'm seeing on the screen. So I think there's more monster layers hidden beneath the sand. That happened earlier, but I didn't mention it. But I'm sure you all saw it. Ooh! A tremendous rain fell on the northern desert. You don't say. You guys prayed for that. An evil presence exuding from it. Good word pull. We will be investigating the matter. We will let you know what our investigation uncovers. It's a pyramid. Unexpected. Ruins have a mysterious attraction. One of our people was attracted to the mysterious power of the pyramid. However, there's something wrong with the pyramid. Oh man. Is it that it's flat at the top? The pyramid is circular. Those who went in to investigate the pyramid have not come back. I'd say there's something more wrong with the people. My guess is that the pyramid is operating quite as intended. But as your Lord and Savior, I will feign to to look into this for you. Magic King. Oh, of the desert. Desert creatures probably live here, but now they are all dead. Using up all our silly points here to get rid of this desert. Alright, let's do some building. So, getting rid of this lair, shooting that red dude. Hear the pinging sound. That is the pinging of monster lairs being sealed. Yes, our civ level went up. That pyramid has been enticing us. Those who have went to investigate the pyramid have not returned. When we sealed the final monster's lair, the pyramid revealed its true purpose. The pyramid is the main monster's lair. Well, who didn't see that coming? Please come down and seal this evil pyramid. Dear God, this pyramid is for realsies. We need realsies God powers. I love the perfect square of desert. It's like an American state. Take that, desert. It's an ecological disaster. So I guess these people are probably a little pissed off about the fact that people are being abducted by an evil pyramid, which is fair. I think I'm going to wheat these. Oh, yeah, of course it did. I don't know what I did, but I'm the best. Oh, we can earthquake now. For better or worse. Oh, there you go. Oh, that's cool. I also savaged all the homes. You know what? It was worth it. That jewel is probably worth a lot. Wow, there's only 75 people here now. Oh, wow. These guys multiply. I'm sorry. However, now there's only one thing to be done, which is, of course, go to every other city in Pyramid and earthquake it. Check out this cool pony guy. Or maybe like a doggy. Maybe if I build towards that, I'll unlock doggy. Man, that was hysterical. Remember when I killed everybody? Oh man, my doggy's gone. Do. Okay. I think it might be action time. Let's do it. Let's bust a move. I'm sure our silly points will be back after we kill whatever's in this pyramid. Or whatever, I mean, let's be honest, whatever's in the pyramid hands it to us. Yeah. Yeah, no more evil. We like that. Pyramid. And then we'll have enough silly points to blow up the rest of the world through an earthquake, which was fun. Yeah, I guess that's some pretty Old Testament stuff. Kasandora, Act 2. If you're familiar with the Jewish Bible, Christians refer to as the Old Testament. For Jews, it's just the Testament. They did not need an update. Bible firmware update 2.0 bug fix your sins. So this is pretty good. This is one of these funny theming things because you know, as we've sort of talked about a little bit in the Japanese version of this game, there's a lot of more like Christian symbolism, which makes it clear that you are actually like the Judeo-Christian God. Like we're not, that door looks evil, but it's not. You're not just like statue man hawing. You're God on Earth. So I find it funny that like God has come down to the Kasandora to like beat up effigies of other gods. It just seems so petty. You know, like, oh wow, there's like a skeleton scorpion armor claw. Ooh. These also look like bad guys. Oh, they're just platforms. But the Egyptians did invent the elevator. There's, what do they say? Some monoliths in the back. Some plinths. We got a 1-up. That's cool. We got 5 lives. That's that, what's that, Lucario back there? Does this kill me? Wow. That is greasy. Oh man. Well, I guess we can get the life back easily. I think it'll still be there. It has been back in previous levels. Oh man. We get more Stardust. Rest in peace, David Bowie. Yeah, so it's like, hey Anubis, it's me, the Abrahamic god. I got a bone to pick with you. I gotta go vandalize your temple. Because if you're like, if you're the Abrahamic, if you're the Macromaic god, like, you know that Anubis isn't real. Like, it's NBD. Like, you're not gonna get anything out of blowing up that stuff. I guess in this they sort of established that, like, your god power is associated with how many people believe in you. So maybe it's a bit like the Douglas Adams book, the Dirk Gently's Holistic Detective Agency, I think is the one. Or maybe it's the Long Dark Tea Time of the Soul. But anyways, what ends up happening is the gods of old religions don't actually go away when people disbelieve them. They just run out of influence on Earth. And so, like, all the Norse gods are still kicking up in heaven, just like with nothing to do. And they're just like causing trouble on Earth, like blowing up airport service airport service counters, and then just like generally being juvenile. It's pretty fun. Pretty fun. I bet those things on the ceiling hurt. Ha! Ha! There's a lot of echo in this room, eh? Ha! Ha 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 ha! But that being said, it's worth pointing out that stuff like the reverb that's being used to process that sound effect is like a technological feat for the Super Nintendo. Like the level of digital audio processing that an NES could do, or really just like even consoles competitive in the era of the Super Nintendo could not do that. So that you're hearing it at all, and that it's thrown onto every track, or rather every ha, you know, is one of these things that's important to think about in terms of what the game designers and what the sound designers and the engineers put into this thing, right? Like, that's reverb is just like such a common effect. Once upon a time, reverb in the audio processing industry is one of the things that, oh god, what? That's so cheap. Made your production, your tracks sound expensive, like high quality and well produced, because it was something sophisticated that required a lot of processing power, or complicated analog circuitry that took up a lot of space in order to add onto a track, or it meant that you recorded in a large concert hall, which in its own way demonstrated sort of like the high production value. But by its rapid availability through digital editing software like Logic and Pro Tools, the effect of reverb is starting to sound cheap because it's just so available. And it's one of those things that people, when they think of it, they just hear expensive, and then don't really think about how to use it tastefully. So there you go. Now you know a little more about audio engineering. I'm more of a composer and a bassist than I am an actual proper audio engineer. Like, I know how to do enough in order to get these recordings sounding competitive against other YouTube and podcast type applications. But oh, it's a red one! Wow, he's got a lot of moves. I wish I had a shooty laser sword. But I'm by no means like a heavyweight of the pop music industry. Okay, boss time. It's a bathtub. It's Tutankhamun. This boss is amazing. Oh, there's arrows because it's a trap because we're in his tomb. Okay, I think I'm gonna go with the strategy I used before, which was press A. Pretty good. All right, time to press A again. Oh man. 2-Bit Game Club is brought to you by pressing A twice. The solution to all problems and the downfall of all inferior heretical gods. That was Kasandora Act 2. Alright, Sir Biddy, I know it's unexpected, but our people in Kasandora have something to tell you. Thank you, my master, for sealing the evil pyramid. That's a judgment call. I don't know if it was really evil. As far as I know, you guys wandered into the pyramid, messed stuff up. I blew it up with an earthquake, and you stole a gem from it, and then I, like, booked it in there, killed all the inhabitants, and then, like, blew up a god. I'm not exactly sure we're in the right here. But anyways, the man who was lost and died in the desert was probably enticed by the pyramid's magic power. That's fair. Thank you so much for taking care of us. We can look after ourselves now. Please help other lands become as peaceful as Kasandora. Alright, you got a deal. Oh, I expected it. Too many people are dying of the plague. Oh no! They're suffering and died. Please just give us herbs. Okay, like a rosemary? Please save us from suffering and bring peace to our lives. Alright, I'll do that. Yeah, you guys look really dying. I imagine that I get herbs somewhere else. Right, like, their contribution to society is music. Somebody else's contribution is herbs. But let's do it. Let's go back. I promised to blow stuff up with an earthquake, and I'm gonna do it. But maybe in the meantime, they're gonna be like, BG Dubs, we found some herbs. We heard that people in Kasandora are dying. I wonder if it's a reference to the plagues of Egypt. It's kind of tough at this point because, especially with these epic style stories and ones that are so closely to like biblical style events, whether or not it's a direct reference of the plagues of Egypt from the Bibles, or whether or not it's just, a plague. Because the plagues of Egypt, of course, are references to real world events in their own. So that's fun. My impression is that somewhere nearby there's going to be herbs. Perhaps here. Perhaps there's a fight to be done. Yeah, it looks like it. Okay, so that's where we're going to leave it. So, we have just saved the people of Kasandora from the pyramid that they broke into and stole stuff from. Now, they've been cursed because I killed an ancient god. While I'm talking about this, I guess I can at least get my silly points back. And so, as a result, they have been smitten by that god, which is to say, smited. Proving that Tutankhamun might be more powerful than I am. So, until next time, I'm your host for the 2-Bit Gaming Club's Let's Play series on ActRaiser. This is the 4th episode. You can find the 2-Bit Gaming Club online at theliamgallagher.com/2bitgameclub. That's the number 2, or at facebook.com/2bitgameclub, as well as on Twitter at 2bitgameclub, and on SoundCloud at /2bitgameclub. So, join in next time as we hopefully save these people who are either practicing push-ups or doing the worm. Alrighty, send in your thoughts and your comments and your observations about the game, and let's get this dialogue happening. Until next time, I've been your host, Liam Gallagher, for the 2-Bit Game Club.